Swagatam Budhavasarah Dinankaha Dwadashaha 12th of October Vyakarana Vibhagaha Samasapakaranam Mangalacharanam Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhita Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalayas Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Unnama Iti Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani I Un Rulruk E Ong I Ouch Hayavarat Lan Namanga Nam Jabai Garadash Jabagaradash Kapha Chata Chata Tauka Paisha Shasar Hal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. Okay, I think we are doing the homework last time. We just finished, I think, number 8. We are number 9. We are on page, actually on the prior page of this one. We are on the page 135. Page 135. Last two we have over here. So this one is straightforward. Daya shunyam hridayam na prashamsaniyam. So samastam padam daya shunyam is prathama ekavachanam napumsakalinge. It's a visheshanam for hridayam. Hridayam is napumsakalinge napumsakalinga pratipadikam. Prathama ekavachanam na prashamsaniyam. This is also an adjective for hridayam. Hridayam is the only noun over here. This is an adjective for that prashamsaniyam. Kritya, krityanta shabda. And then this is daya shunyam, also adjective for that. Na is an avyayam. So a heart which is devoid of compassion, mercy, is not praiseworthy. Na prashamsaniyam, not praiseworthy. Straightforward meaning. Samastam padam is dayaya shunyam. Dayaya shunyam is daya shunyam. I think here we can use this sutram 2131. Purva sadrisha samonartha sama and unartha talaha nipuna mishra shlakshnaihi. So this sutram I think we can use over here because we have shunyam. I think we can use it. If you look at the vritti of that sutram, it says that Purva sadrisha sama unartha kalaha nipuna mishra shlakshna ityetaihi saha Titiyantam samasyate. So this is the anuvritti of Titiya is coming down here. This is Tritiya Tatpurushaha. To refresh our memory, the Tatpurusha Adhikara goes from 2122 up to 2222. In that Tritiya starts from 2130. Tritiya Tatkita Arthena Gunavachanena. Then immediately next sutram, Anantaram sutram is Purva Sadrisha Samonartha Kalaha Nipuna Mishra Shlakshnaihi. So Unartha. I think we can use this one. It's definitely, I mean, there's no doubt it's a Tritiya Tatpurush Samasaha. There's no doubt about that. It's Tritiya Samasaha. There's Nirvivadaha. It has to be. But what sutram do we use? I think we can otherwise the only trend to use is Kritikirne Krita Bahulam or the Yoga Vibhaga. But I think we can use Unartha. Devoid of, short of that. Short of, devoid of. So 2131 is a dayaya shunyam. So straightforward. And then dhatu is shamsu stutau in the dhatu partha, and the pratyaya is aniyar is what Panini calls tavyat tavya aniyaraha. The very first krit pratyaya which Panini discusses after he starts the adhikara of to the thing in 3193 is 3193. Panini says 3195 I think says krityaha prang nulaha. So from 3195 you try to get a handle of this ashtadhyayi. The more territories you can master, the better it is. From 3195 to 3132 31132 to 31133 is Nul Trichau. From 3195 to 31132 adhikara of Krityaha. And within that, the first sutram Panini puts is the Tavyat Tavya Aniyaraha. So Tavyat Tavya and Aniyar. I mean, Tavyat and Tavya is only Swarabheda. So basically, Tavya and Aniyar can be used, didn't say after which dhatu, which is dhatu adhikara, samanyena vihitaha, vihita upratyayau. So we can use it with any dhatu, like karaniya, so darshaniya. So aniyar pratyaha is the halantyam, the refa is an it. So prashamsaniya, there is nothing to be done here because the upadha is the anuswara over here, so there is nothing to be done. Shamsaniya. So if technically speaking in a dhatu, if you have an anuswaraha, anuswarajanya, it is because, nakarajanya, anuswara panchamo, jali dhatushu, that if you have a anuswaraha followed by a jal in a dhatu, that's nakarajanya. It is coming from a nakara. So really this dhatu is shansa. Shansa. Only when we get to Tripadi section, we use nascha padantasya jali. Only at that point becomes anuswara. So even though in dhatu patha, you can see this anuswara, that is really not anuswara. It's followed by a jal. So if you see a panchama varnaha or a anuswara in a dhatu, which is followed by a jal, then it really is a nakaraha. Anuswarajanya, nakarajanya, anuswara panchamo jali dhatushu. So that is what is, you have to remember that. So in the dhatu partha, if you see a panchama varnaha, the fifth column letter nasal, or a anuswaraha, then that is actually a nakaraha. Anuswara jav, nakara jav anuswara panchamo. I keep on saying, okay, nakara jav anuswara panchamo, jali dhatu shu. Maybe we'll put this here, just put this here. Okay. So it is nakara. Since I made a mistake twice already, nakar jav, anuswara, panchamau, jali dhatushu. Okay, in a dhatu patha, if you see anuswara or a panchama varnaha, which is followed by a jal, it is nakarajaha, means it is really a nakaraha. So we should keep it as a nakaraha until we get to the nascha padantasya jali, and then only make the anuswara at that point. So as far as sapada saptadhyaya is concerned, then we have to keep it like that. Just to give you a quick example, if you want to make for this dhatu, if you want to make a nishtha pratyaya, kta pratyaya, prashasta, want to make prashasta. Now you'll have to use this sutram, a little bit sidetracking here, but you have to use this sutram which is 6.4.24. Anuditam halupadaya kiniti. That is nakara lopaha. Now if you just take dhatu part of it, dhatu is shams with anuswaraha, then how can you use 6.4.24? So prashastam. If you want to make the word prashasta, you have to nakar lopaha by aniditam hala upadaya kiniti. That does only nakar lopaha, snana lopaha, so no lopaha. Now if there's no nakara, how will you use 6.4.24? So that's what I'm saying is that before getting to 8.3.24 in the entire sapada saptadhyayi, we should keep this anuswara as in nakaraha. And then only make it when you go to, only when you get to 8.3.24, nascha padantasya jali, then make it anuswara at that point. So right now the pratyaya was aniyar, that has sanya of ardhadhatukam because of ardhadhatukam sheshaha. So you could have tried to use uganta lukabuts, but it doesn't matter because here it's nakara sakara sanyoga at the end. There is no ik in the dhatu anyway. So on all counts, there's no guna possible. So straightforward. So shamsaniya, and then prashamsaniya, you can form the kugati pradeha, pamagati samasa, prashamsaniyam. So I will put this here also. Maybe you can put this here. So once you form shamsaniya, yes, sir.
Yeah. The tavya and aniya is the kartavyam, karaniyam, or the examples.
Yes. Yes.
What is the sense the difference? In one case it is tavya, in another case. And
Meaning is exactly the same, no difference in meaning.
yeah.
Meaning is same. There are in this the kritya pratyaha, there are basically three of them. One is the tavya, one is the aniyar, and other is a ya. That ya comes in three varieties. And that one is the acho yat, then ru halor nyat. So the one is the yat. Anubandha lope, all are going to give ya. So acho yat. If you have ajanta dhatu, you use pratyaya yat. Then you have some dhatus you use a pratyaya kyap, like stutya, prashasya. So like this one we have right now. In fact, dhatu shas is there. So etistu shas vru dru jushaha kyap. So this 31109. That is, in fact, I think we have this same dhatu is coming over there, which we have to use this. The dhatu shams only it is. I think. Give me 1 second. Let me just double check that. But pratyaya kyap has to be used. And then remaining cases ru halor nyat. The nyat pratyaya. But they all give ya only. Anubandha lopaha. They all give yat. So here. 31109, etistu shas. I'm sorry, shas, not shas. There's a typo, shas. Is there a typo here, Vasu, in this one? Etistu shas. This is a typo, Vasu. Can you send an email to Radha to correct this one, please? It should be. I think it should be. Let me just check. Double check that. Because normally this document is quite error free, but sometimes there is a typo. So 31109 should be, I think it's shas, not shas. So that's not. Yeah, shas. So there's a typo here, Vasu. Etistu shas vru dru jushaha. So that's not shams. This is dhatu shas, different dhatu. So there's a typo here. Anyway, so what I was trying to tell you is that there this yat, acho yat, then etistu shas vru dru jushaha kyap, and then will come ru halor nyat. Ruhalor nyat. That's the third one. Where is Ruhalor nyat? Ruhalor nyat. Here it is. Ruhalor nyat. So you have these three. Nyat, dhatu ending in the rukaraha or a hal, nyat. Some of these special dhatus get the pratyaya kyap, and then acho yat. Ajanta dhatu, not rukaraha, get the yat. So these are three pratyayas. Now, tavya and aniyar, any dhatu they will take, they will both coexist. But these three yas, only one of them can be used. Because the fact is, vasarupo striyam, is that barring the stri adhikaraha, striyam adhikaraha, any pratyaya in this krit section, krit thing, this entire section, can be used optionally. It will not overrule. Because normally what would have happened is that Panini put the pratyaya tavyat and aniyar over here. He says achoyat. Now what happened is that the achoyat might overrule tavyat and aniyar, tavya aniyar. But it will not. Because vasurupostriyam is important sutram. See, these three rules, which is 3192, which we of course use all the time, tatrapapadam saptamistham, krudating, and vasurupostriyam. These three are governing the entire adhikara of dhatu starting from here, from 3191. This is the Sutra Trayam, which Panini puts right here. And these go all through the adhikara of this dhatu, this dvitiya dhatu adhikara. So tatropapadam saptamistham, krudating, and vasurupostriyam. So krit pratyaha, if it is asarupaha, anubandha lope sati, it should not have the same letters. Asarupaha. So this tavyat and aniyar are not sarupaha with yat, with the ya. So they will coexist with the ya. But the yat, the kyap, and the nyat, they are sarupa pratyaya. Because anubandha lope only ya. So only one of them can be used with a certain dhatu. As a general rule. There are some exceptions to that. A general rule, you can have only one of these, which is either the yat, the kyap, or the nyat. But you will have, in addition to one of these, you will have the tavya and aniyar for each dhatu. So, okay. That is what. So, okay. So we have now just a short trip on the Kritya Pratyaya. So anytime you have question of Kritya Pratyaya has only one section over here, which is from 3195 to 31132. Very nice and short and sweet. You can always come here and check out which one is applying. So meaning of straightforward. Here Prashamsaniya is straightforward, Shamsaniya, Pratyaniya, and then make a Gati Samasa with Prashamsaniya is not very, so a heart which is without, devoid of mercy or compassion is not very praiseworthy. Last one, Shubha Shubham Sami Kurvantaha Shashwatim Shantim Apnuvanti. Padachyedaha Shubha Shubham Sami Kurvantaha is a samastam padam. Sami Kurvantaha Shashwatim Shantim Apnuvanti. Now Apnuvanti we already seen in daily examples a lot. You may have had that very recently. Let's see, Apnuvanti. And very similar to one of these examples over here, like Hinvanti, etc. Apnuvanti. Only thing is that if you look at the form Hinvanti, which we just saw a couple of days ago, you go through all the steps. Dhatu is Ap. Yes.
It says Anubhavanti here.
Oh, it is Anubhavanti, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. We don't need this. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. It's the same thing. Anubhavanti. Okay. Anubhavanti. Okay. Anubhavanti. Chinmano. Okay. Anubhavanti is straightforward. Then Bhavanti Dhatu Bhusattayam. Shap. Then Pratya will be lat prajhi jhontaha. In the meanwhile, shap comes, then guna deshaha sarvadhatakardakayoho echayavayavaha. Then anu is the upasarga kriya yoge. This is not a samasaha. Tingantam na samasyate. Only te parag dhatoho. When these pradeyaha upasarga kriya yoge and gatishcha. But gati, you can form a gati samasa only when you don't have a tingantam. So these ones, they will only go te parag dhatoho. So anu bhavanti. So prutak padam. Anu bhavanti. Prutak padam. So padavicharaha shubha shubham sami kurvantaha. This dhatu kru. So shubha shubham will be dvitiya ekvachanam. Sami is an avyayam, because uryadi chvidachascha. Uryadi chvidachascha gets chviyantaha with the nipadasanya swaradi nipatam avyayam. Then kurvantaha is prathama bahuvachanam of pradipadikam kurvat shatrantra pradipadikam. Janaha you can supply, and shashwatim is dvitiya ekvachanam Stiling Pradipadikam is actually a Visheshanam for Shantim. So Shashwatim Shantim is Dvitiya Ekvachanam, Anubhavanti is Tingantam Padam. So so making, or I guess considering good and bad is the same, making them the same. So something which is auspicious and non-auspicious, making it the same. People experience lasting peace. So those who regard, I guess, good and bad as equal, making it equal, experience lasting peace. So now Shubha Shubham is what they want to analyze in the book. So Na Shubham is Ashubham. Nyan Tat Purusha straightforward. Na Lopo Nanyaha. Nakara of the Nai goes away. I didn't put all the steps over here. Sutram is 2 to 6, simple Sutram. Nai. This is an Avyayam. Nai is an Avyayam. So Samarthena Subantena. Samasyate tatpurusha samaso bhavati. So and then halantyam na lopo nanyaha. Look at the number 6.3. Whenever something happens to the pura padabina samasaha, the subject of 6.3, na lopo nanyaha, nakara of 9 drops, becomes ashubham. Shubham cha shubham cha anayoho samaharaha shubha shubham. So charthe dvandva has only one sutra for dvandva samasaha. Then 2, 4, 13. Vipratishidham chanadhikarnavachi cha anadhikarnavachi. Now this is the whole section of the niyamartham. If you recall that, and so this is good practice for us, because the vikalpaha is already siddha. Sudam charthe dvandvaha. You can have itaretara yoga. You can have samahara also. Both can be done as general for any dvandva. Now, but this sutram starts to make some niyamaha, that in certain cases only samahara has to be done, in certain cases only itaretara yoga has to be done, and so on. Now, the sutram that we have to look at here is that Vipratishaddham Chanadhikarana Vachi. This is what Bhattoji says on that, is that Niyama Sutram, I think this might be Tattva Bodhini, might be. Niyama Sutram, Vaikalpikaha Samahara Dvandvaha. We saw it last time also, we saw this. Chartya Dvandvaha iti Sutrena Praptaha. So already we have Vikalpa. Why do we need this Sutram? Vipratishaddham Chanadhikarana Vachi. Vikalpaha Chartya Dvandvaha iti Sutrena Praptaha. Saha Viruddharthanam Yadi Bhavati. If it is for pairs of opposites, Shubha, Shubham, Sukha, Dukkham, etc., Tarhi Adravya Vachinam Eva. Iti Niyamartham Idam. Niyamartham is that Samahara can be formed, Viruddharthanam, only if it is Adravya Vachinam. It should not be referring to a physical substance. Tena Dravya Vachinam Itaretara Yoga Eva. So, in fact, this sutram is limiting the scope of samahara, not prescribing samahara. That's the important thing. This sutram, Vipratishaddham Chanadhikarana Vachi, is limiting the scope of samahara, saying that this, if it is opposites, samahara will only take place if it is adravya vachina. Doesn't mean a physical substance. Here we don't have that. We're not talking about something which is auspicious, something which is inauspicious, something which is, we are talking about in general, good and bad. The quality of good. We're talking about the quality good and bad, the property, not talking about something which is good and bad. So that's why we can make shubhancha, anayo samahara, shubha, shubham. I mean, the shubha plus su or shubha plus su, go through all the steps. What happens is that to make shubha, shubham, we get sanapumsakam. So first thing that happens is that sanapumsakam. So it becomes a neuter sanapumsakam, and so becomes Anuji has a question. Yes, Anuji.
Anuji.
Yes.
In there it says that Naitat Purusha 226 and here 2229. I don't understand that.
Only to make Ashubham only 226, only that part only.
Oh, only for that part. But
yeah.
The whole thing is 2229.
Then you take that Shubham and Ashubham and then just Chartya Dvandvaha we have. So this part is only for Ashubham, only for this part only. That's it.
Oh, only for that. Okay.
Only for that. That's correct. That's right. Then Sanapumsakam, it's Ekavachanam. Samahara is a collection, Ekavachanam. So Shubha, Shubham, I mean, usual steps, you make it then Ato Amipurvaha, Shubha, Shubham. The Sami Kurvantaha, we already saw a lot of example last time, is Asamam Samam Sampadyate Tat Kurvantaha. So something which was not equal, Shubha, Shubham. It is transforming into being same. So doing that transformation of converting it from unequal to equal, that is Sami Kurvantaha. Now, this Sami, the steps we already saw a lot of times. Let me see if I can see back here. I think we already saw in the last example here. The Pratyaya, of course, is Abhutatadbhave, Krubhasti Yoge, Sampadyakartari Chvihi. That famous sutram. Let me see. I think we had long back here. Okay, let me see. Let me go back here. Okay, here it is. So Akrishna Krishna Sampadyate Tam Karoti Krishni Karoti. So we had Krishna plus plus Chvi, because it's the object of that kru now. So this 5-4-50 Abhutatad Bhave Kubvasti Yoge Sampadikatri Chvi. Something is turning to what it was not. This transformation is taking place. And it has to be connection with dhatu kuru, bhu or as. And pratyaya chvihi, of course chvihi is zero because of chutu upadesha jananasika. It verapraktasya becomes in this case sama. So that gets the so sami because of asya chvau. Asya chvau gets the ikara pratyaya lopi pratyaya lakshanam asya chvau. So it gets the ikara adesha. The adantam angam gets the ikara adesha chauparataha. So by 7.4.32, and we saw all this we've seen before, nothing new. Asya chau sutram, we can like spashti karanam, etc. So it becomes sami, and then after that we gets you go to 1.4.61, uryadi chvidachascha. So chvintam gets the gati sanya, uryadi chvidachascha. Urya chvidachascha, and you can got kugati pradeha, you can by 2 to 18, you can form a compound. So that we've been through steps many times. So here we get sami kurvantah, sami kurvat pratipadikam. Sami kurvat, the dhatu is kru, pratyaya was lat. I didn't put all those steps over here. Lat, and then 3 to 123 vartamane lat, then 3 to 124, which is lataf. Shatrishana cha vapstama samadhikarane. But here we have pratama samadhikarane. Many times you see this shatra and shanach, like in Gita, Pashyan Shunman Svashan Jigran Nashnan Gachan Sapanshvasan Palapan Visijan Grinhan Mission Nabi. Chapter number 5, I think maybe verse 7, 8, 9, somewhere there. Pashyan Shunman, whole string of them you have them. Chapter 5, number 8, Pashyan Shunman. They're all in Pratama Vibhakti, Pratamantam. So now, how do you justify that? Corresponding, you say, Lata Shatrishana Chava Pratama Samanadhikarane. But then the Vyakyanam on that sutram says that Lat iti Vartamane, Anuvritti of Lat was coming down. So, Punar Lat Grahanam Adhika Vidhanartham. Sometimes, Kvachit Pratama Samadhikarane api. So sometimes it can be Pratama Samadhikarane. This is a very common thing. Remember the Vyakyanam on this sutram. 3 to 124. Let us Shatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhikarane. The Vyakyanam on that sutram says that that because an anuvritti of Lat was already coming down, again Panini is saying Lat means that there must be something extra that he wants to say. And that extra is that sometimes it will also be Pratama Samadhikarane. So, and this is very commonly used. It's over here, 3 to 124. I'm sorry, 3 to 124. Lat iti vartamane punar lat grahanam adhika vidhanartham kvachit prathama samadhikarane api bhavati. So that's how you can justify using that. So we got kru plus in this case shatru. Of course, dukrin karane, it's a vepadi dhatu because it has the chavarga panchama as an it. And then after that, you follow all the steps. You have the daily examples for getting kurvat. So let me see. Can somebody give me the steps over here? You want to try Indu? The steps for kurvat. Kuru plus shatru we have so far. Kuru, lat became shatru. Then?
Hello?
Yes, can you give the steps for kurvat? We can hear you. Can you hear us, Andu? No, maybe you can't hear us. Your mic, I think your mic is on. Okay, let me try. Maybe, you want to try, Anuji? Steps for kurvat?
Yes, how about 7170?
Before that, right now we have kru plus lat. We started with that. So we got lat. So lat became shatru. So kru plus shatru. After that, what do we get? We get the Gana Vikarana Uhu, right? So, in fact, we may have, let me see, we may have a daily example here, which will like Kuruvanti. If you have that, you may be able to save a lot of efforts. Kuruvanti, if you have, alright, let me see, Karoti, do we have? I think we must have a daily example. One of these we must be having. Okay, this one is close enough. We can take this one. So what happens is that once we get Kuru plus Shatru, then we get the Kanivikarana Uhu by Tanadi Kurimhya Uhu. So we have Kuru U plus Shatru. Now what happens is that Anubandha Lopaha Lashakotadite Halantyam. So Kuru U plus At. After that, the Ukara is Sanya of Ardhadhatukam because Ardhadhatukam Sheshaha. You go to the Guna Adeshaha for the Angam Kru. sarvadhatukardhakayoho. So becomes uran raparaha. So kar u. So kar u at. Now in the meanwhile, the Shatrupatya is sarvadhatukam apit nitvat. It cannot do gunadesha for the u. So we leave it at kar u at. Now at this point, the ukara becomes a vakaraha by yant sandhi. Iko anachi. So becomes kurva, and then no, sorry, kar. We should have kar, va, and then at. What sutram you can make it kurvat? Anuji, remember that sutram? We got so far. We got kar, va, at. We got karvat. How do you make it kurvat?
Yeah.
Ata utsarvadhatuke.
Ata utsarvadhatuke.
Ata utsarvadhatuke. Ata utsarvadhatuke. 6411110. Ata utsarvadhatuke. So make it kur. Maybe I should put this in document. Maybe so 64110 says that. I'm sorry. 64110. 64110. Ata utsarvadhatuke. Ata utsarvadhatuke. Ata utsarvadhatuke. I think Indu's mic is working. Let's see. Indu, your mic is working, Indu?
Yeah, I got my mic together. I was just gonna, that's all.
Okay. So you guys, Ato Sarvadhatuke. Yeah, in fact, your voice is very clear now. Ato Sarvadhatuke. So Ukar Pratyantasya Karotehe Akarasya Sthane Ukaradesha Bhavati Sarvadhatuke Kiniti Parataha. The Pratyaya Shatru is Sarvadhatukam Apit Nitvat. So it becomes Kurvat. Okay, now last question now. What happened to Anuji's favorite sutram, Halicha Dirgha? Why we not get that over here?
Yeah, that
Nabhakurcharam.
Nabhakurcharam.
Yes, I'm impressed. So when you have Kur, Va, At, Kurvat, at that time, Halichati Dirgha Praptaha. The Dirgha Adesha would have come by Halicha because that Kur is a Repanta Dhatuna, followed by the Vakaraha. But that Nabhakurcharam. Nabhakurcharam is stopped. We've had this in a daily. Give me 1 second. I should be able to find this one. Because this one we've had in daily examples. We had this one. So I don't know why I'm not able to find it right now. Nabhakurcharam. You just put the sutra number and you can find it, if it's there. So when we to use the website is. No, we haven't used that one? Okay. Actually, we have it in Sutta Suchi. Vidam Kurvantu, that we have used over there. Okay. Alright, so one more time. So Kru plus Lat become Shatru by, thank you Indra and Anuji. So Kru plus Lat Vartamane Lat become Shatru by Lat Shatru Shana Cha Pratama Samadhi Karane. Use the Vyakshanam Lat Vartamane Punalar Grahanam Adhik Vidanartham Kvachit Pratama Samadhi Karane Api. So that's you justify that using the Pratama Bhakti after that. So Kru plus Shatru. In Vinaya Gana Vikarana Ukam Sanadikrim Biha Uhu. So after that, the U does the Gunadesha for the Angam Kru by Sarvadhat Kardhaka Yoho. And then Uran Raparaha. So we got Kar U At. The At is Sarvadhatakam Pit. No Gunadesha for the Ukaraha. And then we used Atau Sarvadhatuke. Because Shatru was a Nit Pratyaha. So then we can use Atau Sarvadhatuke. And then finally, Nabhakurcharam is the Dirgha. Halicha Dirgha was stopped because of that. So, Tanadi Krimbhya Uhu we used, C179, and then we also used the Nabhakurcharam, which is I think 8279 probably. Yeah, Nabhakurcharam. Okay, once we made Kurvat, then you add Kurvat plus Jas, Anubandha Lope Yas, Chutu, Nabhakto Tusmaha. You get the Numa Agama, as Anuji was saying, by 7170. Udijam Sarvanamasthani Dhatoho, Numa Agamaha, and then everything has to be straightforward. So because this just has a sanya of the Sarvanamasthana sanya. Sudanapumsakasya. So that's we need that to apply. Udijam Sarvanamasthani Dhatoho, so Kurvantaha. So making equal, those which are not equal, making them equal. Good and bad, making the good and bad equal. People, you supply people. Experience, enjoy, I guess. Lasting peace. Now, Shashvatim. The Shashvatim is this. Shashvat is an avyam. Shashvat is an avyam. And then, Shashvat bhavaha Shashvataha. We need Shashvat. We need Shashvat. I guess we need an avyam. Shashvat or Shashvat. Give me a second. The Shashvata, Shashvat Bhavaha. To be, because Shashvat is an avyam. Means eternal. So which occurs in the eternal, means which is eternal. We make an adjective, make Shashvata, Shashvat Bhavaha. By Sutam Tatra Bhavaha. Let me see if it's a Takarantam or it is a Dakarantam. Shashvat. It's a Takarantam. This is a typo here. Please correct that because we will not get the Takara otherwise. Okay, good. So I need to change that to a Takara. Shashvat Bhavaha. Shashvat Bhavaha. That which occurs in the eternal time. That means which makes it eternal. So Shashvat Avyam means eternal. Shashvat Bhavaha Shashvataha. Shashvat plus An. Tadita Prayogaha. So because now we're coming to the end of the book, we can practice all these things. So remember the Adhika Taditaha start from 4176. Under that, Panini gives the Shishta Pratyaya An as default. From Prag Divyato An all the way up to the word Divyat, which is I think 442. 442. In that Adhikaraha, so in order to master this Tadita Prakaranam, you have to understand which are the Pratyayas set by default by Panini, then where does he give different meanings. Pratyayas can be used up to the word Divyat. An is default, and here in 4353, Panini says Tatra Bhavaha. Tatra Bhavaha, that which occurs there. So we have the, it's an avyayam. So Shashvat plus An, there's no vibhakti because, avyaya lap supaha. Normally you put a saptami vibhakti like ni, because this is an avyayam. Avyaya lap supaha. The sup has already gone here. So by 2482, you already had done supluk has already taken place over here. So 2482. And then Anubandha Lopaha, Halantyam, and then Adi Vriddhi, Taditeshvacham Adehe, Shashvata. Taditeshvacham Adehe. Tadita Pratyaya has Tavarga Panchama, Chavarga Panchama. It, the Adi Ach, the first Ach takes Vriddhi. Shashvata. Now when we take it in Striyam, becomes Shashvati. Because normally you have Ajadyata top would have come. The top comes on top, right? So, but here, because it's Pratyaya An has been used, but Tiddhani, special Sutram 4115. Nothing can be used in the feminine unless it passes the Adhikara of Striyam. And here Ajadyata Shtap was the default, but then if you Adantam Pradipadikam, the top should come on top, but then special Sutram 4115, Tiddhan Ai. So Tit Pratyaya Pratyaya Dha. Okay, excuse me for 1 second, please, excuse me.
Call from New Jersey home.
Sorry about that. So this is Sutram 4115 says Tit Pratyaya or the Pratyaya Dha or An or Ai, Dvaya Saj, that Matrach, all these Pratyayas, if they are at the end, then that case Pratyaya Neep has to be used. Neep has to be used. So because we have used the Pratyaya An, so instead of getting Ajadyata Shtap, we have to use the Neep. Once Neep is used, then Anubandha Lope, Lashakpatadite Halantyam, and then the Angam gets the Bhasanya, and then Yasyaticha becomes Shashvati. So because it's qualifying Shantim, that is why it became like that. So this Sutram is very important. It's 4115, a lot of important pratyas in there. So we have the any Tit Pratyaya, Pratyaya Dha, Pratyaya An, Pratyaya Ai, and so on. So that completes this section. Now, next part, let me see what we have. Okay, English to Sanskritam. So here we have pleasures lasting for a moment make the heart languid. So in the In fact, let me open this other one here. Let me open this because he's given the vocabulary on the prior page. Let me open that prior page. He has put the vocabulary. So okay. So here he has given us the word shitila. Shitila is languid. So he has already given that. So we'll use that one. See what I have. What I put is like this. Kshanabhogaha hridayam shithili kurvanti. Let me know if you like this one or not. When you do the sandhikaryam, kshanabhoga. So it is, bho bhago agho purvasya yoshi hali sarvesham. So first sasajusho ruho, then bho bhago agho purvasya yoshi hali sarvesham, kshanabhoga hridayam shithili kurvanti. So they make the heart languid. The same prayoga that we have here before, which is the sami kurvataha. So only thing is here is that because this is a tingantam padam, you cannot form a compound here. Everything else otherwise is the same. Is ashitalam sampadyate tat kurvanti. Something which is not languid, they make languid. The same thing is transforming itself from not languid to languid, and doing that. So Chithili kurvanti. Now Kshanabhogaha Sutam Atyanta Sanyoge Cha is 2129. So Kalaha Ityevo, what Siddhanta Kaumudi said. Just looking at Tattva Bodhini before the class, this is the commentary on that. It says that Kalavachinaha Dityantaha Ktantena Sahava Samasyate Sutrarthaha. Let's see, Kalaha. No. That's not the one. Atyanta iti. No. They let's look at 2129. That was the prior sutra. We look at 2129. Even before 2129, we look at Sutram 235, which prescribes Dvitiya Vibhakti in the case of when you have doing something for a continuous period of time or distance. So Kaladvanor Atyanta Sanyoge. So Yagam is doing continuously. When action is done continuously without break for distance or time, then that measure of distance or time takes Dvitiya Vibhakti. Because normally what do we have? We have Karmani Dvitiya. The object of this object of action is not the Kalaha. Like when you say, for example, Masam Vyakranam Adhite, someone studies Vyakranam for a month continuously. Now the object of studying is the Vyakranam, not the Masa. But you want Masa to take Dvitiya Bhakti also. So the Sutram is Kala Advanor Atyanta Sanyoge. And this kind of Dvitiya Bhakti, what happens is that by 2129, Atyanta Sanyoge Cha. So when you have the so here what we have, this is word Kshanam. So like Muhurtam Sukham, Muhurta Sukham. So this is a Dvitiyantam, Muhurtam, which is in the sense of Atyanta Sanyoge. That will compound, Samartena Subantena Samasyate, and Tatpurusha Samasa Bhavati. So it will form a Dvitiya Samasaha. When something is for a continuous period of time. So this Anuvritti of Kalaha is coming over here. So Kalaha, and then Atyanta Sanyoge Cha. So 2128, 2129. See, Anuvritti of Ktena was coming down to Kalaha. So we could not use 2128, because 2128 only apply when you have the Ktantam, when you have the Kta Pratyaya. That time we don't have that. We have the word Sukham. So Muhurta Sukham. So actually, bhoga in this case, Kshana Bhoga. So that prior sutram could not be used to form this samasaha. So the 2128 Kalaha, Anuvritti comes in 2129. Anuvritti of Ksena comes into 2128. So this 21 from 2125, 26, 27, 20 is only Ktena. If you have a Subanta meaning the Pratyakta, we don't have that right now. Right now we have the word bhoga, on this case sukha, muhurta sukham. But the next sutram says atyanta sanyoge cha. So same kalavachak shabdaha, in the sense of atyanta sanyoge, they can be used, samartena subantena saha samasyante. So that's what we have. So that's a special sutram here. So there are two of them. One is 235, which justifies the Dvitiya Vibhakti So kaladvanoratyanta sanyoge, and then after that kalaha allows, atyanta sanyoge cha anuvritti of kalaha allows us to form this dvitiya samasa with that. So when something is existing for a continuous period of time, you can form a dvitiya samasa. So muhurtam sukham, muhurta sukham, same thing here. Kshanam bhogaha, kshana bhogaha. So that is 2129. Just a very straightforward. Hridayam, so that is the kartru, that is the subject of the sentence. Hridayam is the dvitiya ekavachanam, napumsakalinga pratipadikam. Shitali kurvanti, all the same steps. We just did the whole thing. In this case, lat lakara has been used. So same steps, kru plus lat becomes ji, jontaha, then tanadi kribhya uhu, then gunadesha, kar, uran raparaha, and finally atod sarvadhatuke, and na bha kurchuram. So this dirghadesha stop. Shithili, same thing, ashitalam, chitalam sampadyate. Tat kurvanti. So something which was not languid transforms to language. So making it that, doing that. So these, so shitala, same adyapatya chvi by 5450. Bhutatadbhave kubvasti yoge sampadya kartari chvihi. Then sarvapahar lopaha. Then uryadi chvi dachascha. Before that asya chvau 7432. Asya chvau 7432. Becomes shithali, then it gets the gatisanya by uryadi chvidachascha 1461. Only thing, no samasa here, tingantam padam. It's only te prag dhatoho, te prag dhatoho, te prag dhatoho. So 1480, te prag dhatoho. Okay, so that's what it is. Nothing new in all these examples. So I hope this is okay. So kshana bhogaha hridayam shithali kurvanti. So what the book was asking us what? Pleasures lasting for a moment. This is dvitiya samasa, atyanta sanyoge cha. Make the heart languid. Okay. Lying on your bed the whole day. Same thing here, the whole day. So this is also 235. Kaladvanor atyanta sanyoge. So it's the whole day. Action being done for the whole day. Sampurnam dinam, sakalam divasam, whatever you want to use, dvitiyantam. You should not expect. Okay, in the prior page, he has given us the word for to expect. So he says, I think, iksha, to expect. To expect, so we'll use that one. Should not expect. And then, to succeed. So to succeed, or to expect success in your examination. Okay, this is what I have. Put here is, Sampurnam dinam, the same sutram, kaladvanor atyanta sanyoge. Shayya shayaha. Okay, now shayya shayaha, we had in the last class, we looked at the same example. I think shila shayaha we had in the last class. Let's quickly revise that one. Shila shayaha. Daridraha, I think something of example was there. Shila shayena daridra shishuna. The last class we did this one, shila shayaha. So, by the way, once I forgot to mention, in the last class, one small correction is that when we did this pratyaya, ahuta, we use this dhatu veng spardayam shabd. This is from the previous class. I want to make one small correction, is that any dhatu ending in a h immediately becomes a akaranta dhatu. Nitya karyam, nityam. Before doing anything else, if a dhatu is ending in a h, a, ong, I, o, ch, a, o, I, o, if you know the pratyaya which is going to be used, does not have this talavya shakar as an it, it's not a shit pratyaya. In that case, immediately this dhatu becomes akaranta. This is 6145. Very important sutra. Adech upadeshe shiti. Ad echaha. Upadeshe ashiti. It has to be upadeshe, but if we take a form like bhavishyati, so bhu becomes bho by guna adesha, then that is not upadeshe. It has to be in a dhatu patha, ending like dhatu like gai, dhyai, this dhatu like ve, etc. So they should be ending in a h in the dhatu patha. Then, if you know that pratyaya which is going to be coming is ashit pratyaya, in that case, make it akaranta. So what we should have done was, taken this dhatu ve, we know pratyaya coming is this kta pratyaya. This taktavatu nishtha. So we know pratyaya which is going to be coming is not going to be does not have talavishakar as an it. So right here, before doing anything else, we should make it into a va. It won't make any difference. It will not make a difference because we're going to make samprasaranam and do the samprasaranachya. That's we're going to make it an ekadesh. It will not make any difference in the final form, but technically speaking, should have made it va in the beginning itself. Adeshupadesha shiti. But this pratyakta does not have this talavishakar as an it. And then goes to the usual steps. We got the samprasaranam vachisopiyajadinam kiti, samprasaranachya. So after that, same thing happens. This only ukara remains, becomes the halaha to dirgha bhuta. But still, we have to make it va to begin with, because this will not stay as ve. So these dhatu ending in a h in dhatu patha, they have double personality. So they only remain ajantaha as long as the pratyaya coming is the talavishya as an it. Otherwise, they immediately transform and they become into an akaranta dhatu. Like dhyay becomes dhyanam. Simple example, dhyay becomes dhyanam. Pratyaya lyut, if you're going to add, it doesn't have any, so immediately dhyay becomes dhya. Like gai becomes ganam, same thing. So gai becomes ga immediately. So remember, and if you see a dhatu in dhatu pata in an h, remember, it's only an ajantaha as long as pratyaya coming is talavishya as an it. But it will become gayanti. Dhyayanti. So there it's correct because pratyaya shap is coming over there. Then you do ho yava yava and make it gayanti, etc. Okay. So just from last class. Anyway, that was on correction from last class. We should have used 6145. It will not make a difference example because we're going to do samprasaranam. Then we're going to do ekadeshaha. It's going to be going there anyway, so one will not make a difference. So shilashayena. So we had that in last class. So shilayam shete shilashayaha. So we use this sutram which is adhikarane shetehe. See, in 3 to I think 15 it was 3 to 15. Yes, adhikarane shetehe. So 3 to 15. So if you have look at adhikarane is the saptamyantam. So tatra upapadam saptamistham. If you have upapadam, which is adhikarane, the sense of locus of the action, then this dhatu shing swapne, the pratyaya ach the pratyaya. So shilayam, we did this in the last class that we did this. So shilayam shete. So here we have got the we have shayya is what I'm doing right now. So shayyayam shete shayya shayaha. So shayya plus ni, she plus ach. So upapadam mating. Samasa vidhaka sutram. Always. If you want to form any samasa in the whole language, you have to find a sutram or a vartikam in 2-1 or 2-2. No samasa can be formed without that. So first you have to use upapadamating, then the sanya sutram, which is the tatrupapadam saptamistham, then adhikarane shetehe, get the pratyaya ach from dhatu shi, on the condition that we have this adhikarana vachi shabdaha as the upapadam. And then kartari krit prathamanirishtam samasa prasajanam upasajanam purvam, in the sutram upapadam a thing, that upapadam is prathamanirishtam. In the samasa vidhayaka sutram, what is prathamanirishtam? That is the upapadam. That gets the purnipataha. So then we do the usual ach means anubandha lope the she takes the gunadesha sarvadhatkarjakayoha pratyaya ach sanya of ardhadhatukam. So make it gunadesha sarvadhatkarjakayoho echo yava yavaha shilashaya. So it's an adjective shilashaya. So what we have right now, today's example, we are doing the shayyashayaha. So sampurnam dinam shayyashayaha sun. I think I put sun. So being so. So being one who's lying on his bed for the whole day. So being like this for the whole day. So because this Sampuram Dinam is really a Kriya Visheshanam, isn't it? Because Kala Dhanuratan Sanyoge, some Kriya is being done for the entire day. So I guess I put this I put this word sun. So being like that for the whole day. Shayyashaya Tava Parikshayam, in the exam Siddhim. Then I put na vyapekshethaha, vidiling. So ikshethaha. I didn't put all the steps for that because this already come in daily examples. So iksha plus vidiling, then pratyaya thas madhya purusha ekavachanam, then kartari shap, so iksha shap plus thas. In the meanwhile, linga siyut, I think all of you practice many times in daily examples. I didn't put it in the document here. So linga siyut, I think linga siyut, linga salopanantasya becomes iya, lopo vyor vali. So we got iksha, then the akara of shap, then ithaha, then adgunaha, ikshethaha. One more time. So dhatu was this ik, we given the vocabulary. And then comes in Gita, ikshate yoga yuktatma, sarvata samadarshanaha. Chapter 6, I think it is ikshate. Iksh plus in this case ling, get thas anubandha lope la, thas adesha madhyapurusha ekavachanam, linga siyut agamaha, adyantau takitau, linga salopanantyasya, the sakara is gone, lopo vyor vali, yakara is gone, becomes ithaha. And in the first was kartari shap, then adgunaha, ikshethaha, vyapekshetaha. So you should not expect success. So this is that you should not expect vyapekshetaha, success in your exam, tava parikshayam, being one who is lying on his bed all day, sampurnam dinam. So at the sandhikaryam, of course, monuswaraha, nothing special. Anything okay? Any objections? Any objection? Akshapasti chet uchyatam. Okay. Sampurnam dinam shaya santam parikshayam siddhim na vip. If you can make tavate, make it te also, tavarte, same thing. Parikshetaha. That's what I have. Okay. Now the next one that we have in the book says that make the room empty and prepare food for the guests. It's an interesting situation now, because let's talk about the samasa first. Atithi nam from athva atithibhya. Do you want to use a chaturthi tatpurushaha? Do you want to use, looking at the English, that for the guests looks like it's going to be, looks like a chaturthi atithibhya, but it is not going to be chaturthi tatpurushaha. Let's go through that for a second. So remember that we will come to the sentence. Let's just talk about the samasa first. Atityanam. So the sutram that we could have used was chaturthi tadarthartha bali hita sukha rakshitaihi. Siddhanta Kaumudi say chaturthyantarthaya. So for something which is in chaturthi. So in this case, say yupaya daru. So this is a word for making the yupaha, sacrificial post, making the post. So the yupaya, chaturthyantam padam, chaturthyanta arthaya. For the sake of that, for the post. Chaturthyanta arthaya, yat. So that which is for making the post, tadvachina. So the word, meaning the word, tadvachina, arthadibhyascha. And with the word artha, etc., which is the remaining part of the sutram, chaturthyantam va samasyate satpurusha bhavati. Chaturthyantam, yupaya. So yupa will compound. With what? With something which denotes an item, which is for the sake, for the purpose of the thing in chaturthi. So yupa is in chaturthi. So something which is for the yupa, for making the post. So word which stands for the post, which is daru, will compound. So now what do we have? Atithyanam. So this is the food for the guests. So looks like this might work. So we do have a word which is annam. We have annam, something for the guests. Tadvachina. So which you have word, the word annam should be able to compound with the word atithibhya, but it does not. Yupadaru, yupadaru, but kundala hiranyam, ghatebhya mrittika. So this is gold for making the earrings, kundala hiranyam. Then we have ghatebhya mrittika. This is clay for making the pots. But now it says tadarthena prakriti vikriti bhavaha eva griyate. Should be something which is a material cause of that thing, not anything else. Now the annam clearly is not the material cause for the guests. The annam is not transforming into the guest. See here in all these examples, the clay for the pot, the gold for the earrings, and the wood for the post, they all are materials for that item. So the Siddhanta Kaumudi says that tadarthena, tadartha when we have, prakriti vikriti bhavaha eva grihyate, something which is a material for that. Why does he say that? Balirakshita grahana jnapakat. If that was not the case, then no need to say Bali and Rakshita, because we say Bali, Indraya Balihi. Now, if this was not Prakriti Vikriti Bhavaha, why does Panini have to say Bali in the Sutram separately? We could have used Tadartha there also. This offering is for Indra, so this is something for Indra. So then, if we could use Tadartha there also, then Panini would not have said Bali in the Sutram again. So, the fact that Panini is saying Bali in the Sutram again means that Tadartha was only Prakriti Vikriti Bhava. Only that one. So na iha, Randhanaya Sthali. This is a pan for cooking. Doesn't become Randhana Sthali. Now then how do you make this samasa now? Atithyanam. How do we do it? So this Bhattoji says that Ashwaghasa Daya, in fact very good example. Ashwaghasa. This is the grass for the horses. Same thing, right? Food for the guests. Ashwaghasa Dayastu Shashti Samasaha. Makes it Shashti Samasa then. Shashti is a flexible thing. Sutram is Shashti. So food, so this is grass off means Sambandhi, Ashwa Sambandhi. So connecting with the horses, for the horses. So Shayanagaram. So this is a room for sleeping. So Leela Ambujam, this is a lotus for playing with. These are all Shashti Samasaha. They are not, even though in English we say for, Chaturthi Samasa is not possible. Tadartha only in the sense of Prakriti Vikriti Bhavaha has to be there. That's the important thing. Prakriti Vikriti Bhava is not there. We cannot form Chaturthi Samasa. Ashwaghasa tu Shashti Samasa eva. Shashti Samasas. The word ghasa is English, the word grass. English word grass is ghasa. So, okay, so finally what we do is that Atithyanam, Atithinam Annam. Not Atitibhyonnam. Because of this, Tadarthena Prakriti Vikriti Bhavaha eva grihyate. Balirakshita grahana jnapakat. This one Siddhanta Kaumudi. So that is what it says. And then rest of it should be straightforward. Shalam Rikti Kuru. Rikta is empty. Same thing as before. Rikti, Adapatya, Chvi, something which was not empty is becoming empty. The same item, the same room. Room is the same, one thing was not empty is becoming empty. And one who's, so do that action of transforming the thing from not empty to empty. So, Rikta Sampadyate, Tam Kuru. So make that which was not empty into empty. Same Pratyaya Chvi is being added by 5450. Abhuta Tadbhave, Krubhvasti Yoga, Sampadyakatri Chvehi, Sarvapahar Lopaha, Asya Chvau, Asya become Rikti. And then by Uryadi Chvi Dachascha, the Rikti gets the Gatisanya, Teparag Dhato. This is not a Samasa Tingantam Padam. In Kuru also, of course, we get the Dhatu Kuru plus Lot. Didn't put in the document because we had dealing examples. Lot, this case Pratyaya is Sip, Anubandalopa Si, Seriya Picha becomes He. Then Tanadikrim via Uho. So Kuru U He, Gunadesha Sarvadhatka Yoho. Uran Raparaha, Kar U He, Atau Sarvadhatuke, because Seriya Picha, that he is Apit, Sarvadhatukam Apit Nitvat. So we can use Atau Sarvadhatuke. So Kur U, and then finally to get the He look, we have Atau He, which will not work here. Anantaram Sutram, Utascha Pratyad Sanyoga Purvat. If you had Ukara for Pratyaya, in this case the Gana Vikarana U. Asanyoga Purva. So Kur U, there is no sanyoga prior to the Ukaraha, then the hair looks yat, so becomes Kuru. I mean, this we already have in the daily example, so don't need to, so Kuru straightforward. So Shalam Rikti, I think that he has given the word Shalam in the vocabulary. So I think we have it here somewhere. Shaya, Shala, room or stalls, we have it there. So Shalam Rikti Kuru. Atithyanam cha sajji kuru. Sajja is ready. Sajji kuru. Make it ready. Something which was not prepared, make it prepared. So sajji kuru. So shalam rikti kuru, atityannam cha sajji kuru. Same usage, all exactly the same thing. So anuvai sandhikaryam monuswaraha and monuswaraha. So shalam rikti kuru, atityannam cha sajji kuru. Okay, now next one is let's see, this is number 12. Who desires to live deprived of happiness? Again, the same thing from Sukhahinaha. So here I think Hinaha is a because we have Katkarane Krita Bahulam. Krit Pratyaya, Sukhahinaha. This sutram is Ohak Tyage. This Ohak Tyage becomes, I mean, put this one Ohak Tyage. So Hina, just put some numbers here. Didn't put a document because let me see. Can you give some steps for this? Let's see if Indu can do this. Give me the steps, Indu, for this Hina. Wanna try? How the word Hina comes?
I try.
It's Ohak Tyage. Dhatu is Ohak.
Ohak Tyage.
So, Ohak Tyage. So Anubandha Lope, I mean, Upadeshana Nasikit Halantyam. So Ha plus the Pratyakta, which is, Nishtha, and then Taktavatu Nishtha. Okay, now, this is we can use 7 to 10 for the in Nishedha. Ekach Upadeshana Dattata. So this is there's no dhatu in the whole language ending in the akara, which is sate, by the way. In the entire language, there's no dhatu, which is akaranta, which is sate. So all of these are anudatta upadesha. So that is fine. Now, Anubandha Lopaha also we can do by Lashakvatadhite. Now, how do I get the Ikara?
Ikara. Is it Guma?
Yes, yeah. Gumastha Gapa Jahati Sam Hali. Very good. Gumastha Gapa Jahati Sam Hali. Lashakvatadhite. And then just put a document here. So 7 to 10 stops the 7 to 35. Then we get Ghuma. What number is that? It's in the Adhikar of Ardhadhatuke. Starts from 6446.
64 something.
6466.
66. Yes.
6466. Gumastha Gapa Jahati. This is Dhatu Jahati. Sam Hali. So Kitnit Pratyah. Haladi Kitnit. Pratyah, so we get he. Final thing, how do you get the nakaraha? Nishthato naha. How do you get that? Because we get hina. Remember the sutram radabhyam nishthato naha.
Radabhyam nishthato naha.
But that will not work here, because that is only for dhatu in re for dakaraha. Sorry, this is 8242. Radabhyam nishthato naha urvasichataha. But we can use oditascha.
Oditascha.
Yeah, Ohak Tyage. So 8 to 45, Oditascha. Odanta Dhatu, Odid Dhatu, Okara is an it. Then the Nishtha Takara becomes Nakara, Oditascha. Look at the beautiful thing of Panini is that, that we let me just put this one here first. So it becomes Hina Oditascha, 8 to 45. 8 to 45. Now, this one, Gumastha Gapa Jahati Sam Hali. So we better put the Nakara afterward, because if you put the Nakara first, we cannot use 6466. Because Gumastha Gapa Jahati Sam Hali. So we need to have that Takara in place. Then later on only, Panini makes the Nakara in the Tripadi section. Otherwise we cannot use. So 6466 applies. Doesn't see the Asiddha. Nakara should be Asiddha for 6466. So makes it into Ikara Adeshaha Alontyasya. And then after that, Oditascha makes Nakara. Okay, good. So Sukhahinha, I think here we can use the Sukhatyakta, I think, devoid of, given up by happiness. Sukhahinha, I think we can use because Kattukrane Kruta Bahulam. Kattukrane Kruta Bahulam. So this is a Krit Pratyaha. Kruta. Krud a thing. So I think we can use this one, 2132. Kattukrane Kruta Bahulam. So Kattukrane Kruta Bahulam. So abandoned by happiness, so to speak. So means devoid of that. Yes, Vasu?
Yeah. Did we use Oditascha in Padma, Punjo or something?
Which Which one? Yeah, in Bhagnaha, yes, Bhagnaha. We use Bhagnaha, we use that, definitely we used. So that also Udit Dhatu, correct. Bhagna also same thing. Okay, so Sukahinaha. So two and Kartikate Kartikarane Kritabahulam, Titya Samasa, Kartikarane Kritabahulam. Kaha Jiji Vishet. I use this one. I use Sananta Prayogaha. Dhatu Jeev. I made Dhatu G Visha. G Visha by either Pratyaya San. Dhatoha Karmanaha. Samana Kritika Ichayam va. Ichayam. Remember that our friend Pratyaya San. Dhatoha Karmanaha. Samana Kritika Ichayam va. Desire something for yourself. You can optionally use this Pratyaya San. You can also say Jivitum Ichet. Or you can say Jiji Vishet. Puravasanaha. Puravasanaha. So Dhatu was Jeev, add the Pratyaya San, Anubandalope, Halantyam, Sakaraha. Sa, not Sakara, but Sa. And then Idagamaha. There's nothing to stop Idagama in this case, so become Jivisa. Jivisa. Then so the entire Samudaya Jivisa gets a Dhatu Sanya by Sanadyanta Dhatavaha. The Dhatavaha. Then Sanyangoho. This is Shashti, Sanyangoho. So by 619, the entire Samudaya Jivisa gets Dvitvam. But because of the Ekacho Dve Prathamasya, only Prathama Ekacha Bhaga, so only G only takes Dvitvam, even though entire Jivisa subject to Dvitvam, but Ekacha, Prathama Ekacha Bhaga, which is Jeev. So Jeev, Jivisa. Then of course you get the Haladi Sheshaha and then Rasvaha. So Abhyasa becomes G. So now we have Jiji Visa. And then after that, Jiji Visa, when you have, then like Bhu becomes Bhavet, or Pach becomes Pachet, I should say. Pach becomes Pachet. Add the Pratyaya Ling, and then Anubandha Lopaha La, for the Pratyaya Tip, Tip Tashji. So Jiji Visa Tip Itashcha, because this is the Nit Lakaraha Itashcha. So Jiji Visa Ta. Then Yasut Prasna Padeshu Dhatu Nicha Ato Ye Yaha. These I'm not doing in detail in the class because we don't deal exam. Just like Bhu becomes Bhavet, Pach becomes Pachet, Jiji Visha becomes Jiji Vishet, Yasut comes in there, Ato Ye Yaha becomes Iya. Because meanwhile Kartari Shap comes in there. Kartari Shap. So Shap is default for all dhatus. Not only Bhadeha, any dhatus default take Shap. So all derived dhatus will take Shap only. Kartari Sarva Dhatuke. Sarva Dhatuke. And then we got Ato Ye Yaha. So we have Adantam Angam, which is the Jiji Visha. Between Jiji Visha and Shab, Ato Gune. Ato Gune. So Jiji Visha and then Yasta. That Yas becomes Iya. Ato Ye Yaha. So Jiji Visha Iyata. Lopo Vyurvali. Jiji Visha Ita. Jiji Visheta. Ad Gunaha. And finally Adisha Pratyayoho. Pratyayoho Shatam. So this Dhatu Jeev was there, Shuddha Dhatu, Pratyaya San was there by 317, Dhatoho Karmanaha, Samanakritika Ichayam va. We got the Idagamaha, Dvitvam, Haladishesha, Rasvaha, then Ling Pratyaya came in there, Tip Itashcha became Takaraha, Yasut Agamaha by 34103 I believe it is, Yasut Prasnipadeshu Dhatu Nicha. In the meanwhile, Shap came in there. Between Jiji Visa and Shap is Atogune. Jiji Visa, then Yasta, Ato Ye Yaha, Jiji Visa, Iyata, Lopo Vyurvali, Jiji Visa, Iyata, and Adgunaha, Jiji Viset, and then Adisha Pratyayoho, Shattam Pratyayoho, 8359, Jiji Viset. So who would desire to live Jivitum Ichet? Who desire to live kind of forsaken by happiness. Forsaken by happiness. Yes, Indu has a question. Yes, Indu. Indu, your mic is not working again, I think. Okay, I have unmuted you, but your mic is not working. Okay, I'll keep you unmuted, okay? So if your mic comes back, you can speak. I can hear you now. Yes.
Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Yes.
Okay. Why did you use Vidiling and not? I did sun, but I did lat with it.
Oh, lat. Hold on.
Why
Hold
did
on.
you use Vidiling though? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Who desires to live? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought who would desire. Okay, no. Okay, let me change that. Correct. There's no. I thought who would desire. I just took it out. No, okay. Because in the sentence doesn't have that. Yeah, correct. Gigi, sorry. Gigi Vishati. See, to make it even easy, you don't need any yasut. No itascha.
Right.
Very straightforward. Yeah. So then lat means there's no just add pratyaya, tip, kartari, shap, ato gune, and that's it. One second. Gigi Vishati. Okay. Because I thought who would desire to live, but correct. The sentence doesn't have that. Thank you. So it only has who desires to live. So Gigi Vishati. There is an interesting one. Next one. Having falsified the words of the witnesses, the rogue was punished. The problem here, I thought, was the following. We have this, dhurtaha. Well, the first word is straightforward. Sakshinam vachansi. Sakshin pratipadikam, sakshinam. Remember, there is no dirgha adesha by nami. Pratipadikam is sakshin itself. So this is not like, the nam is not falling. Pratipadikam is sakshin followed by am. There is no nami dirgha. So sakshinam vachansi, vachas pratipadikam vachansi. Here we get the num agamaha, vachas, because the pratyaya is just shashoha shihi, the shisavanamasthana, napumsakasya jhalachaha. It becomes vachansi and then vachans and then santamata sanyogasya vachansi. So I'm not didn't do it in detail here because this is done in the manas becomes manaunsi, so vachas become vachansi because first of all because of the pratyaya is shas, so we have to make into shi adesha by 7-1 just shashoh shi. Here it is. Just shasoshi becomes shi adesha, then give shi sarvanamasthana, then napumsikasya jhalachaha, get the num agamaha, midachontyat paraha, num agamaha, and then santamahata sanyogasya, upada dirgha become vachansi, and finally, of course, naschapadantasya jhali. Just like manas becomes manansi. If you want to practice these, go to the website and look up the sutram. You'll get some good examples. So sakshinam vachansi dvityat bahochanam mithya kritya. This is the sakshat prabhuti nicha 1474. It optionally gets the gatisanya. Word mithya is in that one for sakshat prabhuti nicha. So this let's quickly revise that one. Sakshat prabhuti nicha. I can look it up right here. Sakshat prabhuti nicha. Sakshat prabhuti nicha. See, krunyiva only with kru, and they will optionally get gatisanya. Chvyartha iti vachyam. Something which was not false, he made false. Same thing, transformed to false. He did make a transformation. The same words which were actually true, he falsified them. So with the kru dhatu, these sakshat prabhutini gets the optionally get the gatisanya. So mithya is in that. So gatisanya pakshe, you make it into kugati paradeha, make it samastam padam, and then in that case we make it samastam padam. Then we can do the samasanyang purve ktvo ilyap pratyak tva we have bought because of saman kritukyoh purva kale. So kritva we had. If you make it into a samasa, I should put it like this. You know what? I should make it like this. I should keep it like this. Make it like this. Okay. So mithya kritva is not a samasa. Mithya kritya, make it into kugati paradeha, and then samasanyang purve ktvo lyap. We've done this before, nothing special. But now comes the interesting part, I think, which I think in this verse is that if you look at the word, if you look at the question as it is, who is the samanakarta here? It is the dhurtaha. He is the rogue. So now he has to be the doer of the second action. That is the important thing here, because saman kritika purva kale. If you look at this, the verse, the way it has been phrased in English is that having falsified, the rogue was punished. Now, this actually, the way it's written in English, if you make it in Sanskritam the same way, it says Sakshinam vachamsi mithya kritva mithya kritya dhurtaha danditaha. If you make it like that, then the police or who's punishing him, Rajapurushaha, taihi mithya kritya iti artho labhyate. They will become the common doers, because the doer of the second action will be the same doer of the first action. So whoever is falsifying the words has to be the doer of the second action. Otherwise, you get the wrong meaning. So if so, that's what my point is, that if you make it directly from English, you translate, because English, you do what we have in the English is we have the rogue was, like a simple example, having come home, the boy was struck by the father. Who came home? Gruhamagatya balakaha pitra taditaha alingita. Make it easy. Alingitaha. He was hugged by his father. Make it a nice sentence. Now, who came home? Did the boy come home? Did the father come home? Gruhamagatya balakaha pitra alingitaha. Now, whoever is hugging should be the same doer as the first action. No, pitra alingitaha. So the boy, it's a passive usage. The boy was hugged by the father. The father is the one doing the action of hugging. So the father came home, not the boy. It's an important thing. So when you say grihamagatya balakaha pitra alingitaha, now the boy is not coming home, the father is coming home, because he is the doer. He's in the passive action. It's okay. So we came in Tritiya. But who is the doer of the second action? You have to be very careful here. If you translate like Sakshinam vachamsi mithya kritya dhurtaha danditaha, wrong meaning. It's opposite meaning. It becomes wrong meaning now. Because now Raja Purushaihi danditaha. So they are the doers now. So they will become the ones who are falsifying the words, not the dhurtaha. So I changed it slightly. He said, Rasin, the rogue was punished. This, who's falsifying? I think in English it is okay. English you say, because in English this is directly qualifying the rogue. So in English it is fine. But now when you make it here like that, you have to make it dhurtaha dandam praptavan. He got punishment. So having falsified the words of the witnesses, the rogue got punishment. I don't think you can make danditaha. If you do that, then whoever is the doer of that punishing, they will become the doers of the falsifying. So you have to be very careful. Pratyakta. So Panini clearly says, samana kartrikayo ho purvakale. It has to be samana karta. You cannot split the karta from one to the other. So you have to be always, in fact I told you in the Gita, there's so many times the pratyaktva and lyap is used so many times. Because even we ask the question in the daily example so many times. Always make it clear in your mind, who is the samana karta? And what is the second action? We say dhurto danditaha. It becomes Rajapurushahi danditaha. The Rajapurushaha samana kartaraha syuhu. Samana kartaraha syuhu. That will be wrong. So anishtam syat. It will be wrong meaning. So anyway, this is what I did. I hope it's okay, because I don't want to make it passive, because it will be wrong meaning. So sakshina vachamsi mithya, I'll just copy this, mithya kritva mithya kritya, because mithya kritya is a samasa, so put it together like that. Mithya kritya dhurto dandam praptavan. For praptavan is straightforward. Pratyaktavatu, tavatu pratyaya, use praptavat and make it into let me see, did I make a mistake? Dihankarji. Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, I don't understand the meaning over here as a lawyer. Having falsified the words of the witnesses. Now,
Yes.
witnesses are always for prosecution. So, does it mean here that those were the witnesses of the Durta and the police falsified the witnesses of Durta?
The way I'm taking it as that, the way I'm taking it as that, that the witnesses said something, and the rogue,
But whose witnesses? Are they police witnesses?
I guess, and there must be
Or
multiple,
the Dhurta's witnesses?
not Dhurtas, the police's witnesses. So they were saying something.
But then-
He turned their words around. So they said
So-
something which was correct. In his deposition, he turned their word around and he made them false.
So the prosecution witnesses turned hostile. Does it mean so?
Let me think about this now. The rogue,
No,
having
because it does not
falsified,
give-
yeah, it's a bit tricky because he falsified. Okay, the
this
sentence is tricky.
Doesn't give any sense.
It
That
is,
is
yeah,
why.
this sentence is a little bit tricky. I think what it means that he tried to falsify, I guess that, and then he was caught and he was punished. I make it like that.
Here the confusion is more confounded than the confusion itself.
No, I agree with you because it means that the rogue, yeah, I guess having
Because
tried,
when the witnesses have been falsified, then how the rogue can be punished?
yeah, that's true.
Witnesses come by the police for the prosecution.
Correct. You're right.
If
So
the words of the witnesses are falsified,
He should be free.
The rogue was acquitted.
acquitted. I agree with you.
Ah.
I agree with you. But I think what you have to supply here is that the rogue was caught falsifying the words and then he was punished. I mean, it's not in the sentence. I know it's a strange sentence. I agree with you. If the rogue is falsifying the witnesses of the prosecution, then he should be set free then. He should be free. Correct. No, I appreciate your point. Yes. So I think good point. So I think coming from a lawyer, as you said, I think what we need to make here is that having falsified the word, the rogue was caught falsifying and then he was punished. Anyway, so my buddhi is only vyakaranam, so I didn't catch that point. But yes, so having caught falsifying, he was punished. So Sakshina Vashamsi Mithya Kritya Dhruto Danditaha Dandam Praptavan. So I made this into active, but the sentence is confusing. Appreciate that point. So he got punished. He got punishment. Okay. Next one I think is straightforward. Number six is the flames of the fire, Shashti Tatpurusha, Agnehe Jwalaha, make the room reddish. So the same thing we had before. Agni Jwalaha, Agnehe Jwala, Shashti Tatpurusha, Sutram Shashti, nothing complicated. Sabham, we can make it Shalam, Sabham, whatever you make it. I think he has Shala in the vocabulary. Rakti Kurvanti, Rakti means red. Rakti Kurvanti, all the same usage. So sabha rakta sampadyate tam kurvanti. So making that so that it transform from not red to red, making it red. So sabha ditya ekavachanam rakti is same thing. Abhuta tadbhave krubvasti yoge sampadyakatri chvi sarvapaha lopaha, then uryadi chvi dachascha gatisanya asya chvau Rakti, and Kurvanti we just did that. So Agnehe Jwalaha, Sabham Rakti Kurvanti. Nothing very special on that one. Strong like a leopard, quick like a rabbit, the thief departed after stealing my mother's jewels. Yes, Indu, go ahead.
Satishi,
Yes, okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It says reddish, not red. So, don't you have to put Isha before that?
Oh, reddish, is it? Okay, hold on. Oh, reddish. Oh, okay. Then we have to, we'll have to put something there. When we put like kinchit.
I put Isha.
Yeah, Ishat, kinchit, either one is fine. Correct. I didn't notice that. Slightly reddish. Okay, so we can make it Ishat, Ishat atva kinchit, correct. Kinchit, okay. Ishat kinchit rakti kurvanti, make it slightly reddish. Okay. Yeah, thank you. I didn't notice that one, that Ishat. So when you do the sandhikaryam, it'll be dakaraha. Okay, one more question is here. Did I make a typo? Yes, sir. Suryaji, go ahead.
Yeah, there is a room there. How do you translate to Sabham? It may be Prakosta or Kaksha.
Yeah, I can use a different word. I think, but you know what? I thought vocabulary has something. You know what? Let's use Shala because here Shala over here. Okay, the Sabha also can be a large room. I'll make it Shala. Make it Shala. It's fine. So because he has given Shala in the vocabulary, so I did not use that. Okay, let me take this from here. Let me take this from here and let me put that here. So since he has given vocabulary, I should have used that. I didn't use that. I used Sabha. Even Sabha can be a large room. It is not a bad thing, but yeah, we'll use this one. So Shala. So then we'll have to, well, if you use Ishad, well, let me use this one here. Otherwise you do Sandhikaryam. So, okay, Shala. Kinchid Rakti Kurvanti. Okay. Thank you for all the comments. Now let us, okay, one more thing is coming. Yes, Dehankarji, 1 second. Yes, sir.
Just a little comic about the word Sabha.
Sabha.
So Sabha includes Sabhasad also.
Sabhasad.
So Sabha includes Sabhasad in the Sabha. So I said instead of the word Rakti, if it would have been Rikti.
Rikti, to make him empty. Make them empty then. Make it empty.
So the members run away from the Sabha, no?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, so you make a joke on the word. Rakti kurvanti, Rikti abhi kurvanti. Rikti abhi kurvanti. So that's a pun on the word Rakta.
So Shala would be the appropriate word instead of Sabha.
Oh, I see. So room may not be anybody. Okay. I guess I just was a simple example. There's a lot of comments on this example. I thought it was a straightforward example. There's a lot of comments on this one. Okay. So Agni Jwala, Shalam, Kinchid Rakti Kurvanti. I hope this is Sabhasadam Santosha Jayeta iti manye. I hope the Sabhasads are happy with this. Agni Jwala, Shalam Kinchid Rakti Kurvanti. Okay, next one is all this Sutram 2155, which is Upamanani Samanya Vachanaihi. Karmadharya compound, special Karmadharya compound. Upamanani Samanya Vachanaihi. 2155. So Upamanani, so that which is comparison, similes. So that is the Prathama Nirdishtam. Samasupasjanam. They will compound Samanya Vachanaihi with the common property, Samana Dharmaha. Samadharma Vachakaihi. So what we have here is that he has given us these three words. I think they are strong like a leopard. So that will be, I put here, is that Shardula Balavan. Like Mega Shamaha. Mega Iva Shamaha. Mega Shamaha. So Shardula Iva Balavan. So he is, that Iva comes in the Vigraha Vakyam of the Samasaha. So he's strong, means has strength, Balavat. So he has strength like a leopard. Then Shasha Shigraha. He is quick like a rabbit. So Shasha Shigrashchastenaha is the thief. Manmatru Ratnani, my mother's jewels. Chorayitva. Pratishtata. He set out. He went away. Pratishtata. So couple of things over here. So Shardula Balavan has said Upamanani Samanya Vachanaihi. Shardula Iva Balavan. Shasha Iva Shigraha. Now here Man Matra Ratnani, first being Man Mata, my mother, is make it Asmad plus Nyas Shashti Samasaha. Straightforward. Shashti is the Sutram. Shashtyantam padam samarthena subantina samasyate tatpurusha samaso bhavati. So asmat, only thing is that how asmat become mat. So only thing, so yes, my mother, it's only ekavachanam here. So I mean the supluk by Kritita samasascha samudaya gets pratipadika sanya, then supo dhatu pratipadika yoho, supluk asmad. Then what happens is that this asma ad mata becomes ma ad mata. Sutram is 7298. Important sutram. Comes in Gita many times. Manmanabho madbhakto madhyaji man namaskaru. Mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayana. Manmanabho madbhaktaha. So when asmad and yushmad go into this compound, it is important to distinguish referring to singular or plural. What are we referring to? Is it my, like say madacharya? It is my acharya. Asmadacharya becomes acharya of everybody or two or more people. So in the compound is like say madaparadha, asmadaparadha. Very important, isn't it? Is it my offense or my fault or everybody's fault? So it is important to distinguish in the compound. We're talking about me or you singular or plural. So that sutram is pratyayottara padayoscha. Asmad and yushmad get the, so yushmad asmad get tva and ma adesha yatha sankham when followed by pratyaya or uttara pada. This can be uttara pada following. Pratyayottara padayoscha. So the yushmad asmadoho Tomav ekavachane, but only ekavachane. Tomav ekavachane, another is coming down. So using that sutram, we got the maparyantasya. Maparyantasya, only the asma yushma. Yushma becomes tva and asma becomes ma. Ekavachane is followed by pratyaya, like madiyam pustakam becomes madiya. Asmadiyam pustakam will be our book. Madiyam pustakam will be my book. The pratyaya follow or uttarapadayoscha. So right now we have uttarapadam following. Asmad is used in singular. This nyas was singular. So the so up to moparyanta, up to the makaraha becomes ma adesha. Mad mata. Then atogune becomes mad mata, and then finally we can do the yuronunasiko va man mata. Then this is also straightforward. Man matru ratnani, nothing special. Man matuhu Ratnani, Sashita Purusha on top of that. So, Shardula Balavan, Chashashi Garashcha Stenaha, Man Matu Ratnani Choritva. He's a common doer now, Stenaha, Choritva, Dhatu Chur. Churadiganha becomes Chori, Pratya Nich, Swarte Nich becomes Chori, Adapatyaktva takes the Idagamaha, then does the Gunadeshaha, Gunadeshaha. Question in the class for anybody. How did I do the guna adesha? When I got the pratyak twa, it's a kit pratyah. What happened to kiniticha? We have pratyah is twa over here, okay? You can see that. Anubandha lope twa, but it's a kit pratyah. Now how can I do the, because here I got the dhatu chori. Chur became chori when I had the niche. Puganta lagupasya became chori. Sanadyanta dhata. So I got chori itva. Chori itva. Now guna adesha for chori, how can we do that when I have a kit pratyaya? Kiniticha should stop that. Anybody? What do you think, Indu? Any guess? How do I make guna adesha?
I don't remember, Sudhiji.
Okay. What would you guess? Oh, Anuji has the answer. I'm impressed. Yes, Anuji. Yes,
I don't know
Anuji.
the answer, but what about shap? Shap will be there, right?
No,
So
shap is
what
only
about shap?
shap is only sarvadhatuke. Pratyaktva has sanya of ardhadhatukam. So there will be no shap. Okay. This sutram is, where would you look for this answer? Look for the pratya kitnit in the Ashtadhyayi. It gives a good opportunity to again visit this section of the Ashtadhyayi. If Panini makes something kit, makes something nit, in that same section, he also removes the kit and nit for some things. So the same section which we go to, we made the kit like Savradhatukam or pit we use all the time. So that when Panini does the kit vidhanam atva nit vidhanam, in that section, the Panini also has some, where he removes the kit bhavaha of some things. So from 121 to 1226, the section for kit nit, okay, is what Panini has. 1 to 126. And there is a sutram, natva set. Natva set. If you have a set, kva pratyaha, it is no longer a kit. Natva set. Natva set. Nished sutram. That is, remove the kit bhavaha of the tva pratyaya, when it is idagamaha. So when idagamaha comes, the kit, the tva pratyaya is no longer a kit anymore. Not tva set. Of course, there are some apavadas down here, but na tvaset, na tvaset. Very important sutram, na tvaset. Always think about these things, Always think about these things, how these things occur. Because if you had the pratyak tva, how can you do guna adesha with that? Because we should have had the kiniticha. So it says, sorry, naktva set, 1 to 18. Naktva set. Tva pratyaha set nakid bhavati. Very straightforward sutram. Nakid bhavati. So 1 to 18, I'll put that over here. 1 to 18 in brackets. Chore tva, I'll put 1 to 18. Na tva set. Na tva set. Na tva set. Now pratishtata. How are the atmanipal pratyaha? This is 1.3.22. In the Saturday class, we are talking about 1.3. When you think about Atmanipadam, Parasmapadam, you have to look at 1.3, starting from Anudattagnita Atmanipadam, Panini study section 132. Padavyavastha. In that, Panini has a sutram which says this one is the samava pravibhyastha. So the dhatu in dhatu pad is shtha, gati nivruttau. It has no it letter. So normally we use sheshat krati parasmapadam. But we have the sam, ava, pra or vi, upasargaha, it becomes atmanipadam. It takes atmanipadam ending. So samava pravibhyastaha. Samava pravibhyastaha. Samava pravibhyastaha. Any new Panini sutram, repeat it as many times as you can. One of the best things you can do is repeat Panini's words. So 1.3.22 says sam ava pravi ityevam purvat tishthate atmanipadam bhavati. So it says pratisthate avatishthate, so on. So we make it pratisthata. Use atmanipadam. Of course here we have to use the 737 pa gra dma. The stha becomes tishtha. So we got stha plus first of all dhatu adeshassaha, and then nimitta apaya nimittikasyaapyapayaha. So becomes stha plus lang ribanda lopaha. Then we have to use pratyaya ta because of samava pravibhyastha atmanipadam 1.3.22. And then in the meanwhile shap will come in there. When shap comes you get the tishtha deshaha, pagradma, and adagamaha pratishtata. So two things important here. Atmanipadam, samava pravibhyastaha. That was the atmanipadam. So shardula balavan here stoshchunashchuho. Shashashi grascha steno manmatratnani choritva pratishtata. So having stolen my mother's jewels, the thief who was strong like a leopard and fast like a hare, he set out. He ran away, set out. Okay, departed. The monkeys, okay, let me see. One more error. Yes, sir. Ramaji, go ahead.
Satishji, Shardula and Sharaba are the same thing or different?
No, Sharabha is this mystical animal, I think. You're talking about Sharabha?
Yeah. Could you see Shardula in Apte?
Yeah, Shardula, I thought Shalu means tiger also. Normally means tiger.
Yeah, if it is Sharaba, then it's not tiger or...
Sharaba is supposed to be that 8-foot animal, right? Sharaba is supposed to have 8 feet.
Yeah, that's my curiosity. Shardula.
I don't think we have the Sharabas anymore left anywhere. So yeah,
Yes.
Sharabha is not this one. But let's see, Sharabha is this fabulous animal to have 8 legs. Yeah, that's not. Or stronger than a lion. No. With Shardula, let me see what I'm thinking about Shardula.
Yeah.
Let's see Shardula. Try that. Good. Lot of comments, which is good to have class participation. That's good. Shardula is, yeah, tiger, leopard also. Leopard, tiger, panther. So I think we can use that.
Yeah, Sharaba is there also. See? The animal called Sharaba.
Oh, he gives both of them, yeah. So
Yeah, Sharaba is 8-legged and...
I see. So I think Sharabha is like a flexible term, I think. Some like a ferocious animal is probably Sharabha. So he gives Sharabha your light. But I think, Sharabha is rarely used.
normally 8-legged animal, which only in Puranas.
Exactly, some mystical animal, So it is
Mystic
not.
animal. Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
here he has given in the vocabulary. He has given us the. I think he has given in the vocabulary here. Shardula. Yes, Shardul is given as leper. So I use that one anyway. So okay. Good. A lot of people checking the answers. Very good. Now, next one is that monkey staying on the tree began to throw fruits at the man lying on the ground. All right. This is all interesting sense. So, vrikshasthaha vanaraha. So, vrikshastha, like the word madhyastha we had. We had madhyastha. We had this a few classes back. We had the word madhyastha. Let's look at that. I think it was the prior class, the word madhyastha. Here I think we had here. So madhyastha is, so vrikshe tishtham iti vrikshasthaha. So madhyatishthati iti madhyasthaha. So supisthaha was the sutram used over there. Upapadam, I think, tatra upapadam saptami stham supisthaha. So when you have supyupapade, so in this case vriksha, so vrikshe, any vibhakti is fine. So vrikshe tishtanti vrikshasthaha. So we apply the pratyaya vriksha plus ni stha plus pratyaya ka, supistha pratyaya ka. Anuvritti of ka is coming down, nothing new. And then we do the supluk, anubandha lopaha, the ka becomes, lashak patadite becomes a. Then ato lopa iticha, because this ka pratyaya sanya of ardhadhatukam by ardhadhatukam sheshaha, it's ajadi kitnit pratyaya. So adantasya angasya, ato lopa iticha, 6464. Adantamangam, ajadi kitnit pratyaya sanya of ardhadhatukam, athva it has to be an idagama there, pratyaya sanya. This is adhikar of ardhadhatuke. Starts from 6446. In this case we have pratyaya which is kit ajadi. Adantamangam takes lopaha. And of course the ni goes by supluk madhyastha. Vrikshastha. Vrikshasthaha vanaraha. So the monkeys who are on the tree, vrikshasthaha vanaraha. Bhumisham, we just did that. So bhume shetiti bhumishayaha. We just did it, just like shilashayaha, we just had that. So bhumishayaha. So this is the sutram which is the 3-15. Adhikarane shetehe. We just had that. So pratyaya is ajya, gunadesha, ichayavaha, bhumishaya, just like shilashaya we did. Bhumishayam janam prati, towards him, I used prati. Phalani ksheptum, kship is to throw. So I mean ksheptum arabhanta. They began to throw fruits towards the man who was sleeping on the ground. So the monkeys situated staying on the tree, they began to throw fruits towards the man at the man who was lying on the ground. Now, only thing is this pratyatumun. Pratyatumun is used in 2 different meanings, and one of the meanings is when we have this kriyayam, kriyarthayam, kriyayam, like bhoktum agacchati. So he comes to eat, So drashtum gacchati, he goes to see. When there's a kriya for the sake of doing another kriya, like gacchati is an action we done for the sake of doing something else. When such a kriya is an upapadam, then tumun can be used. We don't have that right now. We don't have that. It's not like one action is being done for the purpose of another action. We don't have that. But then another sutram is as 3-3-10. Tumun nulau kriyayam kriyarthaya. We don't have that right now. That will be like dashtum gacchati. He goes in order to see. He does one action to do another action later on. Bhavishyati adhikara. This is adhikara bhavishyati. So he do one action, gacchati, he goes, so later on means afterwards he will be to see. He goes to see. We don't have that because we have praksheptum aksheptum arabhanta. This is not like they are beginning something now to throw later, not like that. So this we don't have that meaning right now. There's also one more thing, it comes in Gita, dashtumichhami te rupam. That is 3, I think 150 something, 158 is samana kartrukeshu tumun, iccharteshu. Icchatha. We don't have icchatha, we don't have. With dhatu arabha, there's no ichcha there. Samanakritikeshu tumun. We don't have that. So this is the second important sutram for tumun. When can tumun be used? 3.3.10, 3.3.158, like dashtumichami, gantumichami, bhuktumichami, bhuktum vanchami, all that. Or now comes 3.4.65. That Panini says, Shaka, Drisha, Gnya, Gla, Ghata, Rabha, Labha, Krama, Sahar, Hastyarte, Shuttuman. Look at Saptam Yantam, Upapadam, Tatrupapadam Saptamistham. When Dhatu Rabha is an Upapadam, like Arabhanta, then you can use Tumun with the connected action. So Kshiptum Arabhanta. So they began because Dhatu Rabha is here, and that is an Upapadam here. So by 3.4.65, Shaka Drisha, like from Dashtum Shaknoti, Dashtum Janati, Patitum Janati, so Bhoktum Asti. So Vaktum Arhasya comes in Gita. Vaktum Arhasya Sheshena, chapter 10 of Gita. Vaktum Arhasi, Dhatu Arha. So all these dhatu is Upapadam, because Saptam Yantam, Upapadam Saptamistham. So this is of course Lang Lakara, where Arabhanta, nothing special. This is Lang Lakara, Jyonta, etc. So this dhatu Rabha is Atmanipadi dhatu. So Arabhanta. So Tumun by 3.4.65. So Vrukshastha, Vanaraha, Hari Sarvesham, again Halve Sarvesham, Monuswaraha, Janam Prati, Bhumisham Janam Prati, Phalani Kshiptum Arabhanta. Next one, what do we have? We have this, the current of the river having become rapid. This is again the same thing. This is the Abhuta Tadbhave Krubvasti Yoge Sampadhyakattari Chvihi. Carried away the small boat. So this is, I said, Nadyaha Pravaha. Pravaha. You can also make this samasa, Nadi Pravaha. If you want Shashti samasa, you can make that. Nadi Pravaha, Nadya Pravaha, Shigri Bhuya. So, Shigri Bhuya, something which was not fast, transformed the same Pravaha, which was not fast, becoming fast. So, Ashigraha, Shigraha, Sampadyamano Bhavati. Sampadyamano Bhutva, Shigri, Shigra Pratipadikam, all the same steps. Abhuta Tadbhave Krubvasti Yoge Sampadikatri Chvihi Sarvapar Lopaha Asya Chvau Uryadi Chvi Dachascha. In this case from a Gati Samasaha. Urya Chvi Dachascha gets Gati Sanya Gati Samasaha. In Samasanyam Purve Ktvo Lyap Shigri Bhuya Alpanavam Alpanau Alpacha Asau Nauhu Cha. So this is a small boat. Alpanavam. This Dvitiya Ekvachanam Echo Yavayava. Nau Pratipadikam. Comes in Gita. Vayur Navam Ivam Bhasi. Vayur Navam Ivam Bhasi. Navam comes in Gita. Navam Ivam Bhasi. Comes in Gita chapter 2. Tadasyarti Pradnyam. Vayur Navam Ivam Bhasi. Smadhyasya Mahabaho Nigrihitani Sarvashaha Indriyani Indriyatyabhyastasya Pradnya Pratishtita. In chapter 2 towards the end. Here. The Navam, chapter 2, number 67. So Navam is, so Alpa Navam just, Visheshana Bahulam, Alpa Navam, Apaharat, Aparu, Lang Lakaraha. So upper plus ru, apaharat, to carry away. Lang lakara itascha sutram shap, gunadesha, urandapara, nothing special. So nadyaha pravaha, if you made a compound, you can make it nadi pravaha also, nadyaha pravaha. Shigri bhuya alpa navam apaharat. Shigri is same derivation as Krishni, gati samasaha. Nadyaha pravaha, shigri bhuya alpa navam apaharat. Last one is this, holding the ox by the horns. Yes, sir.
When do you use Kshudra and when do you use Alpa?
I think Kshudra is, more like trivial, Little bit, Kshudra is, something which is tiny, trivial. It is more like something to be ignored, You can use kshudra, but it has, let's see what Apte says. I thought kshudra is something which is insignificant. I would say trivial, insignificant would be but I would not, let's see, kshudra. Kshudra is, let me see, alpa just means small. I think kshudra means more like trivial, insignificant, kshudra. Minute, yeah, it's like more than small, tiny. See, it also means mean, low, vile, wicked. See, alpa doesn't have those meaning. Insignificant, see, insignificant. So kshudra means, something which is like, one second. Yes, sir, Ramaji, go ahead.
How about using the lagu?
Lagu, yes, lagu is fine.
Nava.
Lagu navam is fine, definitely fine. Lagu can also mean light. That's the thing. It has different meanings. That's why I used a word which was not ambiguous. Lagu can mean light or easy also. So yeah, you can use lagu, but then it has different meanings. You can say the light raft. You can very easily mean that. Yeah. So kshudra vasu, I think it has the additional meaning of being like almost something like disgusting. A little bit of disgust on top of it, like insignificant, tiny, trivial. Also mean like really disgusting or low. So I used yes. Yeah, so that's what I used. So I used alpa. I'll keep it. Good. Lot of comments today. Nice. So okay. Charama prashna. Holding the ox again. Saman karta. By the horns, a strong man made him fall on the ground. So balavan naraha. Straightforward compound. Visheshana bahulam balavan naraha yaronunasiko va shungabhyam pungavam grihitva. So comes in Gita, mohad grihitva sadgrahan pravartanti shuchivrataha. So samprasaranam by grahijya samprasaranam, and also grahorati dirgha, the idagamaha becomes dirgha. I think it's 7-37. Dhatu grah. Following that, the pratyaya, the idagama becomes dirgha. It's not a lit pratyaya. Grahorati dirgha. So now we come to the end of the book, you can practice all these rules, So graha, falling dhatu grah. As long as it's not a lit pratyaya, it becomes dirgha. Grahorati dirgha. So pratyaya was twa, it is twa. Then kit pratyah grahijya samprasaranam kiti niti parataha. So igana samprasaranacha. Then idagamaha becomes dirgha, grahorati dirgha. Important sutram here. I think both is important. So it's grihitva. Comes in Gita, chapter 16. Mohad grihitva sadgrahan. Pravartanti suchivrataha. Yes, sir.
Is that grahitva or grihitva?
It's grihit because samprasaranam. So refa become rukara by samprasaranam, right? Grihitva. Dhatu is grah in dhatu patha. It took samprasaranam here because the pratyaya is kit pratyaya following. So comes in Gita, mohad grihitva sadgrahan pravartanti suchivrataha. Grihitva. Pravartanti suchivrata. Here mohad grihitva comes in Gita. Samprasaranam by Vachisapi, Grahijya ityadina, 6:116. Grahorati dirgha, grihitva. Bhumau apatayat. Dhatu pat, pratya nich, hetumati nich becomes pati, atopadhaya. I didn't put all in the document because this is lesson on samasas, not tingantam prakranam. So pat becomes pati. I mean, our daily example we should have in Saturday class coming soon, the nich pratyaya will come in a few weeks now. So, and then apatayat lang lakaraha itascha pratyaya shap comes in there. Gunadesha echo yavayavaha and adagamaha lung lang rung kshudataha. So shungabhyam balavan naraha is a saman karta. Pungavam vul grihitva bhumau apatayat. Balavan narash Shungabhyam pungam grihitva bhumavapatayat. The pungavaha. Also pumaschasau gauhucha. So he is a masculine cow, means a bull. So here we have the dhatu, for is pums pratipadikam. Pumsu, of course, the sutram is the same. Visheshana bahulam. the Visheshanam is the Prathama Nirdishtam Samas Upasajanam Purvam. So it's qualifying the cow is a masculine. So su plus su. And then what happens is that sup look, because Samudaya is Pratipadika Sanya Krita Samasascha, Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho. Now what happens is the Pratya touch comes in there. Goratadita Luki. Goratadita Luki. Goho Atadita Luki. So when you have a Tatpurusha Samasa, Karmadhara is a Avantara Veda, is a subset of Tatpurushas. If you have the word go at the end, Pratipadikam go, it takes the touch pratyaya. As long as you know Tadita look, we don't have Tadita look at all over here. So Goratadita, very important sutra. Like Panchakavam and all that. So Goratadita luki. Goratadita luki. Goratadita luki. So Pratyaya touch comes in there. You know, this is Samas Antaha Prakaranam, how we get to practice all of these. So Pratyaya Samas Antaha starts from I think 5.4.68. Within that, Panini starts this thing about Tatpurushasya. That starts from 5.4.86. And in that, Panini says Sutram Goratadita luki. So go, if you have a go antam samas and ending the word go, then that pratyaya touch comes in there. Chutu halantyam, then echo yava yavaha. I'm sorry, echo yava yavaha. So pums gava, and then we decline it by so just paravalingam dvanutpurushayoho becomes masculine. Then we get the pratyalopi pratyalakshanam supting nantam padam sanyogantasya lopaha. The sakara goes away. And then sasajusho ruho karvasana visarjaniyaha. And then finally we get nashchapantasya jali. We get anuswaradeshaha. And then anuswarasaji parasavaranaha vapadantasya pungavaha. Pungavaha. So one more time, it was Pumavscha sau Gauscha, Pums plus Su, Go plus Su, Supluk, then Gorataditaluki, touch Pratyayaha, Echoyava Yavaha, and then Sakar Lopaha by Pratyalopi Pratyalakshanam Suptingantam Padam, Sanyogantasya Lopaha, and Anuswara and Parasavaranaha. That's it. Now, time is up. Indu has a question. Yes. Yes, Indu. Yes, Indu. Your mic is not working, Indu. Your mic is not working. I'll keep you unmuted.
Yes. 8324. 8324.
Ah, yes, correct. 8024. 8023 is Monuswara. Correct. In fact, no, wait a minute. No. I think it's correct, Indu. Monuswara. Why not? Because it's Padanta Makara, right? This is Padanta Makara. Correct?
Padanta.
Because of Suptiganta.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yes, I got confused. Yes. Anyway, good. Okay, good, thank you. Because this is Padanta Makara. So this is correct. Monuswara. Because of the Pratyalopi Pratyalakshanam Suptingantam Padam. In fact, that's how we got the Sayavantasya Lopaha. Because Padanta. So then we had Monuswara. Okay, time is up. I'm sorry, time is up. But if you want to practice for next class, just give you one heads up for next class. Time is up. I know time is up. Next lesson, Bahuvari compounds. Start Bahuvari compounds. What we will do is that we'll look at this section number 200 first. So we can see how to form Bahuvari compound. Then we'll come to section 199. Talks about Samasa Antaha. Okay, we'll look at number 200 first in the next class. For that, if you want to do some reading, you can. There are only this 5 or 6. There's one Adhikara which Panini starts, which is from 2.3.23. Shesho Bahuvrihi. And there he has this Panchasutri. Anekamanya Padarthe, which some Varti comes on that. You can, and then up to here. Tena Sahiti Tulya Yoge. So we'll be taking this one, for the next class, read up this one, Anekamanya Padarthe. Very well. And then you can also look at this one later on, Tena Sahiti Tulya Yoge. You can try this one, okay. So for next class, start with this one, Anekamanya Padarthe. Also, if you want some more time, you can, at the end of this 5.4, Bahuvrihi starts from Rajasakibhyashtascha Avyabhava Anascha Shalprabhutibha Bahuvriho from 54113 to end of 5.4, about 48 rules. Samasanta Pratyaya for Bahuvri. So from 2223 to 2228, then 54113 to end of 54. Okay, for next time. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Rame Chittale Sada Bhotame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Undameti. How are you doing, Vasu?